Greetings, Sir and Sirettes, and welcome back to Stonehearth with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to the ever-increasing in population village of Scorchspring, and wow, that was a mouthful. So, who is the new person straight away, and what are your stats like? Which of course is the most important thing for me right now. You are a pretty good all-rounder with a pretty poor mind, and I'll have to remember you are one of the new people, and yes, I will be taking names for that person as well. So, what will we be doing today? Well, the first thing I want to do, as much as it pains me, considering this will slow down our progress towards the quest for township, is I am going to be making our herbalist into a cleric. That way, our fighting forces are going to be so much more powerful. And that, of course, is Obi-Wan Kenobi, soon to be the Force healer. So, I did just ask him to start making the cleric weapon, and by the looks of things, it's already occurred. So, Mr. Cleric, can you please become a cleric? There we are, Obi-Wan. As soon as you're done using that potion for something. What are you doing? Oh, you're healing. Well, become a cleric, then you can heal them automatically. It's so much more effective. Honestly, once you have a cleric, there's almost no purpose to have a herbalist. There is, some of the potions are fairly useful, and we do need a higher level cleric just to make sure we can do all of the stuff for the township, like I was saying earlier, because I do need a level 4 herbalist just to make a heavy bandage. Now, where is my cleric? If you are a cleric yet, of course. Stop treating wounds and become a sodding cleric already! You can literally do that as a cleric, but you can do it better. There we are, Obi-Wan Kenobi, now the cleric and a member of our military, and of course that means he can heal people constantly, which makes him really effective, and because of his high spirit stat, the basic healing he can do is going to be really high, and oh wow, we now have the oak tree saplings, so let's go and plant those. So for those who don't know, at least, this is how I think it works. As you plant these trees, if you give them time to grow, they will grow bigger, which means they will provide for more wood. Though if you have absolutely loads of saplings, you may as well just keep on planting them and keep on destroying them. But because we don't have loads of saplings, at least not yet, I'm going to give them some time to grow. The only thing I don't know is how much space I'm meant to allow them. So let's have that row like that, and then we'll put down another row at this end, let's say here, and this one will have, I don't know, let's give it double the space maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, let's just double it up, so we have one of the trees missing in between. It's really hard to tell if that's actually in line. Yes, it is. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, and then the final one we'll just put on the end, like so. And we'll see which one of those grows best. And as for the rest, we'll just plant them randomly over here, see how they do, and just see if there's anything different with that, to make it look more like an actual forest, since a forest wouldn't have trees that, well, rigid. Unless, of course, it's an orchard, which isn't a forest. So, I stand by my previous statement. Either way, we can finally plant down some trees, which means we have a load of wood coming to us in the future. So, what do we do next? Well, before I forget, and before we get to this lovely goblin there in the background, let's rename the two new fellows we got in the previous episode. Or at least I believe... No, it was 3 new fellows. It was Lee, this fellow, and the new soldier. So then, first of all, Mr. Lee, since you are eventually going to become our blacksmith, in fact, I'm going to make you do that now, you are going to be called something very different to what you are now, I'm afraid. You are now called Torbjorn. And now, I don't know if that's how you actually pronounce that. I know it's from Overwatch. I know it's a rather adorable dwarven fellow who makes turrets and kills people. Is it Torbjorn, or is that pronounced slightly differently? I don't know. I'll probably never call him by his name again, so it doesn't matter too much. I don't really play Overwatch. He's now a dwarf blacksmith. Okay, let's just pretend he's a dwarf. The next fellow is going to be called Elvis, once again purely because of the hair. A few too many of these people are now being named purely because of their hairstyle. And finally, the one I may agree with the most thus far, we have Korra, of course, from the Legend of Korra. And mostly because of the hairstyle, yet again, and the overall look of the character, in addition to the fact it's going to be a warrior. Yes, that actually makes a lot of sense, it certainly looks correct, and I wholeheartedly approve. Thank you very much for that suggestion. So far, in order, we have Big Bertha, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Aiden, Forever Alone, Korra, the Gold Knight, Ron Weasley, Mr. T, Alice Steindorf, Bill Nye, Dora of the Explorer, Alex, someone to be named, and Torbjorn. And I'm sure someone will tell me how to pronounce that very angrily in the comments below. So here we are then. Chieftain, Cell, the Olive. Human peons, you know understand the might of the glittering army. Yes, he speaks like this now.
You lucky to bow before me. Also, want some things to hold on to at night. So sing me to sleep.
Stone chair, raccoon pelts, and silver ingots. I can tell you where to shove them, and it's not into your arms. No. Good. Okay, are they spawned in yet? They will eventually spawn in and try to kill me. They are really far. Oh, that is a lot of goblins. And you're a soldier, you're a worker, soldier, worker, mega soldier. And Bluebell. Apparently, and I didn't know this, you can actually get an achievement or something for taming Bluebell once you have a shepherd. So, our lovely Mr. T, who's currently a skinner, you are a master trapper, so, if we go to our carpenter's workbench and we quickly make ourselves a... No! Okay. In that case, we need to build other things. So what do we need to build? These are worth lots, but I don't want to spend those just yet. Beds are good, sure. I would love 100 beds, please. Okay, let's be more reasonable. I would love 1 = 5 beds, because I can type quickly and efficiently. What else do I want to make you level with? More of these! These are pretty, I'll use them in houses. Make me 10 of those. Anything else? Wooden piles are very, very efficient. Make me 7. There we are. All good. Oh, also, actually, what I really should have you do is make me one of those first, please. I do actually need that, like how I needed the Mason's pedestal. Okay, so the first attack, I'm just going to weather. I'm going to wait until they get to us, and then I'll fight them here. Once they've attacked, I'll see how many they have left, and maybe I'll launch a counter-attack. Oh, look, a little forest. Isn't it kind of cute in a way? Did I double-place that? I probably double-placed that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to build, whilst I'm waiting for the attack to eventually get here, is I'm going to build a bit of a granary, and I'm either going to build it here or here, and I think I'll build it here for 2 reasons. First of all, it means I have an excuse to cut down all of this, which means I'll get absolutely loads of clay, which we're going to need very, very soon. So please destroy this. I will make you use ladders if you are so silly. Actually, what I could do, remove all that, order the removal of this section, that way they will walk down here, walk over there, get themselves trapped, and then I can make them mine down. Because I can put the granary here, and then have a little secret tunnel section or something, which will go over into the building, the house, the dining hall thing, into the chef area, so then the food can be carted between the granary, which will hold all the food from this, and the place where we're going to do the cooking. I am really on the ball today with words. Can you tell? Words are just so easy and so easy. Okay, well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and start moving towards them. Our lovely fellows over here are already bunched up, so... Ooh, are those wild wolves? You know what? Never mind. Let's be smart about this. Why would I attack when it's so obvious they're about to end up fighting each other? There we are. Yes, you will! Yes! Let my enemies fight amongst themselves and weaken them, and then whoever wins we will slaughter. Although apparently these 2 lovely workers, who I'm assuming are thieves, are trying to get through. And they did! Guys, your defending skills, really poor. Norm, I'll talk to you in a second. Apparently our soldiers do not like attacking unarmed goblins. I mean, they had hammers, if that counts. There we are, look, he's evil, he wants to hurt you. You ended up hurting him. Way more than he could have possibly ever hurt you. Okay, screw it, let's just go on the offensive. So, never mind building that first. Oh, you've already replenished your warriors, you annoying bugger. Well, they attacked before I was actually ready then. I was having a quick look-see at the stock of Norm, and apparently the game glitched out and continued. Either way, we have our cleric hard at work, and their hardest enemy is about to be destroyed. So, now we've killed him, before we read that, and whilst we have the battle music blaring on in the background... No, still not level 5. The chance of Bluebell still being there by the time we are high enough level is a bit low.
Ow, it hurts!
I'm sorry for the voice. Some of you said you liked it last time, so clearly you're mental.
Tell me, sheep, me loved her always. You know when, Ogo coming, soothsayer say...
Okay, no, I can't do it. Okay, so, all of them are dead. We can loot the corpses, loot the bodies, loot everything. Bodies and corpses are different things now. Yes, they are. Oh look, our healer has leveled up, which means now it has the lovely area of effect heal. Please deal with the crate, thank you. We got gold, copper, plushy toy rabbit, copper, gold, bronze, gold, and something else. Daily update, no new person because we are running out of food. Well then, that is a problem. However, we are about to get a massive amount of wheat, so we should be okay. Now, a lot of you have told me several times that when it comes to farming, the most efficient you can do is like this. Now, not by 8, by 11, but you get the idea. In rows like that, the reason being that the normal farms, if we move this away now, have this space in between which isn't being used, whereas if you do this, every single line will become crops, essentially doubling up how much you're doing there, and I completely forgot we're doing this, so let's just mine out this once more, thank you very much. So I may end up doing that as we use up all of these different tiles. And I do apologise for me being all over the place today. I've had a bit of a weird few days, and it's left me in one of those moods where our halflings planted a tree on a... They planted a tree on a tree. How? Where you're in one of those moods where you can't focus on anything, and I mean anything. Every time I've tried to do anything today, I've ended up doing something completely different. So I do apologise if I'm just scatterbrained and my voice is all over the place and all sorts of nonsense like that. I'm in a weird mood, to put it simply. And we have an invader, and the carpenter has levelled. Yes, make me a shepherd, make it me now. At least this time as well. We don't have to constantly only farm what they called sheep, because of course we actually have a constant supply of fibre. Now, where are those invaders, and how are they attacking us? Boop, they are... Ooh, a giant wolf! How are my soldiers? They should be okay, considering we had the cleric. Really, a cleric is the best thing. Why do we have this ladder still? Cleric, get your butt up there. You have an area of effect heal. You should be healing everyone. Oh look, some of the trees are growing from normal oak into small... No, they're still small oak, they've changed colour. Ooh. No, these are called saplings. Okay, yes, they have grew. Don't... Okay, look, but this little one didn't grow. All the ones around it did. So maybe distance is important. That may be the case. Okay, so anyway, pause. The one problem we do have, though, with what I was just saying a moment ago, I do apologise, is just the fact I'm not going to be going after sheep very much, but I do want to see if I can possibly get Bluebell. So I'm going to put down at least one sheep pasture. So for now, remove the trapping grounds, which kind of sucks. And then one tiny little sheep pasture will go, I don't know, just put it here for now. You, sheep. Yes. Yes! Yes, come on, get Bluebell. Come on, fellow. Hello again, Norm. Screw you, Norm, you're just mocking me now. You're just trying to make me feel bad. Here, take things. Mr. T is going to tame the sheep. There we are. We have Bluebell. Ron Weasley is now our Potter. Yes, Ron Potter. Everyone can have a good laugh at the weird fanfic I'm sure I'm helping to spawn. And Bill Nye is our new Mason, because of course, he has a rather high mind stat. Well done, Bill, you scientific fellow. So we have a new Mason, we have a new Potter, which means I am going to have to level up both of them fairly quickly. So the first thing I want to do is make the Potter's Kiln and the Potter's Wheel. And you are currently talking to us. It's been pretty quiet, but you know, it's a bad sign when the birds stop singing. My guess is wolves, goblin wolves. Oh dear, that means there's probably a goblin camp either already spawned or going to spawn very soon. I can't see it just yet, but I will be keeping an eye out, unless it spawned over here, of course, in all the trees. No. I can't see that. Okay, so enough of that distraction. I'm going to send my soldiers over here to claim this chest and maybe give us some steel. And whilst they're doing that, let's discuss how we're going to do the granary. And yes, I am aware I was calling it granary earlier. Well, here we are then. The goblin wolves have arrived. Now, it has been a little while, purely because I kept on building and designing things, and I kept on really hating how they looked. When it comes to the granary, I'm starting to think that perhaps something very simple would do the job best, and rather than having something very convoluted, like building underground and having a secret entrance into this section over here, we could just build a road. That would probably work a lot better. So now what I'm thinking of perhaps doing is building a large building over here, or still quite close, and having it build over the road section so it has a bit of an archway in the middle which goes over the footpath. I think that might look pretty nice. So that's the idea I'm going with, and at the moment we have a giant zombie killing the goblins for us. The enemies seem to be their own worst enemy. It's rather lovely, honestly. Free the wolves already, you dum-dums! Attack that thing! Thank you! Where's that wolf going? Is that really the path to freedom it took? Through the village? Well, that kind of scared me, I've got to be honest, and we are definitely running out of food, so to be fair, that is partially because our farmers are still digging out this section, but even so, what we really need to do now then is start working on the farm over here and the granary, so I'll get working on that straight away. Okay, so this is one of those buildings I know most people are not going to like. It's one of those buildings I personally like, but I can certainly see why people wouldn't, because it looks a little bit silly, to be perfectly honest. It looks a little bit odd, but for me, I just really enjoy it, and that's the important part. The idea is that both of these bottom sections are going to be general storage, and honestly, the main storage for the village, whereas, of course, this storage up here will be for the craftsman's terrace, and then the top section is going to be purely for food. And the reason being, although it looks like, wow, it's going to rain in there, we are in a desert. It doesn't rain, apparently, here, or at least if it does, it's so incredibly rare, I'm sure the halflings can figure out some way to save the goods on the inside, and inside, we can then have things which are not directly in the sun, but still have a lot of airflow, so we can do things like smoking food, salting food, and all sorts of preservation like that. So this is what we're going with. I don't know really what to call it. It's certainly not a granary at this point, but I like it. Well, it's going to serve the purpose of a granary to an extent, but I'm going to like it, and like I say, that's the important thing. 4, then a gap. Let's do the same over here, just so I can add regular ladders to both sides. Either way, like I was saying, I like it, sure. Let's finish it off and call it a day. So, finish editing, and build. All of that should automatically be placed, so build and yes. Then have a second to allow them to actually confirm that, and then there we are already asking for the clay doors. Now, why are we not asking for the clay bricks, I wonder? Perhaps we already have them. Either way, though, I would like to maintain a lot of them. So let's say 15. We'll maintain 15 bricks at all time, after which we'll maintain 2 clay piles, and then anything else which strikes my fancy. The reason is why I need to make the Potter so good is because we need this, the decorative vase, or vase, or vase. So we need quite a few things indeed for that. So let's just make sure we level up as well. What do you think is going to be worth the most? I'm thinking beds. Make me 200 beds! So once I made all that, use loads of clay. Clay, thankfully, is very easy to get in the desert. Have you noticed that I'm repeating phrases way more than usual during this episode? I mean, I'm pretty bad for it already, but right now I'm just constant repetition. Our new fellow is going to become a farmer. So there we are, well done. You are a farmer, and I'm sure that will help people pick out a name for you as well. And once again, we are fairly stable on food, and we have some very interesting morale, but we definitely need more food. So, the first little plot here has been converted to a loads of little plots, but this time the correct orientation. I don't think it would have worked that way. Well, maybe it would have, but it definitely works this way. So there we are, that's the very first patch, and as you can see, you get essentially double the amount. Or is it more? No, I think it's double since you get 2 for each one. Ooh, hello. Goblin thieves! You will be killed as soon as you get anywhere near, I'm afraid. Oh, or maybe you will get to attack one of our citizens! Where on earth are our soldiers? Ah, now that's the problem with having farmland so far away. Our soldiers are patrolling it, even though it's miles away from anything worthwhile. Panting refugees, can't you hear the howling? There are goblin wolves in the woods. Are there? I mean, the only woods around here are our woods, and honestly, it's pretty easy to see if something's trying to kill us. Oh, hello. They're correct. There are goblin wolves in the woods. Woods. Not really going to call that woods there, lad. Also, that seems mean. That seems very mean indeed. Did you all just ignore that one? What is with my soldiers and ignoring single troops? Look, you just ran past this guy. There we are. I was going to make them run back, but thankfully they got back in time. Now, get back over there again, and this time destroy the wolf cage. That's the main thing. Goblin wolves. They're scarier than regular wolves. Oh, come on, seriously? Good! Now, soldiers, run the hell back. You know, that's not really going to help all that much. I mean, it kind of did. Like, Cora, you're already level 6 footman. Wow, that's fast. You've mastered all the elements, and now you are mastering the desert. Well done. Before I forget any further, what I'm going to do over here is make a massive chicken section. So, let's build it here, and make it go all the way over to here, because like we found out before, the larger pastures are more efficient, and this will be a giant chicken coop, which will hold a grand total of 21 chickens. And because this place is so cut off, we can easily make some non-permanent fence gates over here, for whilst we still use it as, well, a shepherd area, because eventually something big will be built here, but for now, it's going to be chickens. Just freaking tons of chickens. I mean, they do make eggs. Oh, hello! We have the mysterious message guy. So this lovely fellow apparently is on both of the factions. Goblin wolves are trying to attack on command. Free them before... Yeah, we know. I feel like that should have been issued to us a long time ago, not quite so early. Late. Quite so late. Did I mention I'm just not in the right frame of mind at the moment? Because I'm really not. Gil! Since when did you have a two-handed weapon anyway, Cora? Giant bone axe. Okay, you deserve it. No, guys, they're friendly now. Stop what you're doing. You're being stupid. Ooh, steel. Why did I need steel? Why did I need steel? What was the reason why? Oh, was it because the ending fountain needed steel itself, or something which was made out of steel? Fantastic, there we are then. So all we need is the vase and the bandage, which means We do need a new herbalist, but I'm going to make a new herbalist once we get some more people. I need more than a minimum of just 2 people, being just complete dedicated workers. Also, Dora, I should really put you back to doing everything, shouldn't I? Nothing for me, thank you, but you could buy some of my junk. There we are. Some of the junk for you. Yes, I made a blacksmith, and then instantly forgot the fact I had made a blacksmith. Just don't judge me today, okay? Today is not an official day. Today is just all in your head. You're going completely mental. I would never forget such obvious things. Okay, I mean, I would even on the best day, but I wouldn't forget them at this frequency. Okay, maybe I would, but not this consistently on camera. I would at least try to hide some of it. And why? Ooh, you have run out of wood, finally! Then we can do this! The Great Deforestation! Ooh, they all became medium eventually. These are medium, aren't they? Yeah. Well, not going to find out... Okay, not all of them by the looks of things. So, don't grow one on the other, is what we've learned. And where are the enemies which are trying to attack us right now? We have a single goblin. Yeah, you're not going to be there for very long, I'm afraid. Soldiers, soldiers, please, thank you. Okay, that's it. From now on, you're all positioned here. I don't like doing that so early, but you're going to have to stay here. Oh, I forgot. Until we have a chef, we can't even feed our animals. Now, they won't die, because the idea is they can graze off the grounds naturally, even though it is a desert, so apparently they're eating sand. It's just they regenerate things slower, and you can't harvest them. Honestly, I'm not even sure if these 2 lovely fellows will even make wool. Hey, our food's going up. Morale's going down. But to be fair, we were just attacked by goblins. Hello there, Mr. Burly Hands. How are you doing, sir? Congratulations are in order, if that's the sort of thing you care about. It is. It really, really is. I've been up and down the area, and it seems you've taken care of the bulk of the goblins around these parts. You're welcome. Not saying you won't see a straggler or 2 come to harass you, but good job all in all. Here's a gift I've collected from some neighbouring towns. Everybody's sleeping easier now because of you. What did you give me? Oh, these random items. Bolt of cloth, some steel, very cool. Comfy bed, bronze ingot, and that appears to be it. Thank you. It wasn't particularly useful. If you had some spare food, what I really should do is change these to some food production at this stage. I mean, it's going to be a while until we're out of trees, and even then, I still have some more trees left to plant already. I really do think the enemy types hate each other far more than they hate me in this particular playthrough. Only the goblins seem to really care about me. All the others just want to kill each other. The building is complete as the day draws to a close, and our lovely halflings are destroying all of the scaffolding. So with that, let's get to work removing this section of clay over here, for 2 reasons. First of all, I want all of this to be removed for space for the village we are very soon to build, and second of all, it will get us clay. I need clay, I like clay, so lots of clay and lots more space. Ooh, we should not have our halflings just randomly going over here. Although, honestly, the defenders of the chest seem the most passive. Unless you get really close to the chest, they normally don't bother you. But I'm not going to risk that. And we have a nice bronze mace, which may be a better weapon indeed. Good, more of the trees have already been cut down as well, so that's fantastic. Let's order some more of them to be destroyed. These are now large oak trees, hundreds of years old. Too bad. Well, at least I'll get some more resource out of them, and then we can start burning them to make some metal, because metal is good as well. I'm not quite sure I like how the ceiling has been done, but I think it will work. To me, I like it. I really do, and that'll have to do. A new goblin is talking to us, of course. Hello there, Mr. Goblin, tamer of mountains. Oh, it's this lovely fellow. Well, we know how easy this actually is. All we need is to make those lovely flutes. So, who or wind chimes, or whatever they actually were. Yes, yes, yes. Soothsayer? Soothsayer magic. Speak with old ones. Random problem. Sure, why not? Go away. There were some goblins, there was some talking, I got bored, we are now here in the slight future, and these beds are now dedicated to the farmers. The reason they're there is to just make the farmers a little bit more efficient. So we've been through this all before, eventually we are going to need to make the flutes or the wind chimes to stop mountains. So that is pretty much that. Upon this paper you shall find the lullaby to soothe the mountain's soul. Find a stolen flute, which we already have done, bid your woodworkers to pitch it to this melody, place it in Ogo's great ogre's path, and watch self-importance meet its just reward. Well, thank you very much, and I suppose goodbye. So, do we already have all the stuff? I know I've already got the chimes. So it is chime. Oh, it's a wind chime. There we are. Okay, thank you very much, and there it is, the wind chime. I can already make it, fantastic, we are pretty darn safe. We're under attack? Oh, hello, that's why. Can you please deal with these goblins over here so that music will stop? It's very annoying. A brand new day, a lot of trees felled, and we have a new person yet again. Well, sir, I believe, yes, well, sir. Whoa, you have some weird stats. I really wish that 6 of body was in the spirit, or that 6 of mind was in the spirit, because that would be so much better. I don't know where to put you. 6 of body means you are incredibly sturdy. 1 of spirit means you will run away at the slightest hint of combat, which means even as a cleric, that's pretty bad. In fact, a cleric is actually affected by the spirit in terms of how much they can heal. So even as an archer, I don't want the spirit that low. But with 6 body, it feels almost wasteful to not make you something. I could make you a knight, because they do get bonus spirit, bonus courage, but the whole point of the knight is to not run away under any circumstance. I don't know. I don't know what to use you for, I really don't. But for now, I think I am all out of time for today's episode. There is a lot we still need to do, obviously. I need to make a cook so I can start feeding the animals. I really need that. I need to put some chests in the top of here and finally have efficient farms. Now we can get food again, and we can start doing anything else. Over here, all of this can be converted possibly into silkweed, although I'm not sure. Eventually, I do want to move most of these farms away down here, so they probably won't last long. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the silkweed, but I guess I'll do that when I start building the Crafter's Terrace, which will be happening soon as well. There is still so much to do, and thank you for putting up with my rather insane day. So thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Stonehearth is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Oh, and by the way, I noticed earlier that these 2 trees aren't aligned. Did anyone else notice that? You see, some of you would have already noticed that and been really annoyed, and others didn't notice that, and now notice that. Have fun.